Hello, we're back with another video. It's us. I'm Tosh, this is Tel, and today's video is pretty exciting, don't you think? Yeah, I think this is going to be fun. It is a would you rather video, as you can probably see by the title, so I guess we'll go ahead and kind of get, started with it. If you kind of want to explain what that is.
Basically, we're just going to go over a few different questions, or like would you rather scenarios. And we are going to both say answers at the same time, count down from 3, 2, 1, and see how many answers we get the same, see what our mindset is, see why we chose what we chose. And we want you guys to participate as well. When you hear each question coming through, comment, what your choice would have been in that would you rather scenario as well, because we definitely want to have that dialogue with you guys too.
Yeah, and there is 15 would you rather questions. I actually picked them out. I just kind of went online. I went to a couple different websites that had like really popular would you rather questions, and I picked some out that I thought would be really fun. But Montel actually has not saw any of these, and I didn't think into them. I just picked them and typed it out and put it on a Google Doc. So we're just kind of going to see each other's reactions and what we pick. So we will go ahead and get started. You want to start with question number 1?
All right. So number 1 is, would you rather wrestle a young lion or a young bear cub? Let's see, 3, 2, 1, bear cub.
Bear, yeah. I see those on TV. Well, actually I see both of those on TV. They look really like little kids, like you can play with them. They don't seem, vicious or anything, but I don't know, but a little baby bear or cub looks a little bit more playful than a baby lion.
Yeah, I agree with that. Bears are somewhat used to seeing people, so maybe it may be you may have a little better chance of it taking it easy on you. Lions, on the other hand, not so much, in my opinion. So that's why.
But they're both probably, pretty scary. Just because if you think about it, like they always say, like the parents or someone somewhere near, so kind of gotta be on the lookout. But
yep, definitely.
So it's my turn. Question number 2. So question number 2 is, would you rather lose the ability to read or lose the ability to speak? Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so 3, 2, 1, read. I'll let you explain yours first.
Both. It's a tough decision, but I guess I would at least be able to communicate with somebody and live in person if I was able to speak. But if all I could do is read, I could read street signs or I could read what somebody wrote down on a piece of paper, but it would be much more inconvenient. I feel like, because plenty of people walk around.
Okay, so we were answering question number 2, and then the camera cut off, so now we're on the phone. But anyway, it's okay. We're pretty much done answer number 2, and now we'll just get into number 3. So, did I say?
I will be number 3.
Okay.
Actually, I remember 3. Would you rather be covered in fur or covered in scales? 3, 2, 1.
Fur.
That's easy for me. Fur is closer to hair than scale is. I feel like I'd be more comfortable with that than scales. So
it's some sort of disorder. I saw it on Snapchat, on a Snapchat article one day. I can't remember what it's called, but basically when you can't handle cracks and scaly skin and just different things like that can freak you out. That has been me my entire life. So to think of having scales all over my skin, freaks me out, makes me want to itch. So for sure, fur. But now we're getting to the next one. So the next one is number 4. Would you rather be stranded in the jungle or desert? Okay, 3. You got it?
No, you do it.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Jungle. I'd say jungle because I feel that I could kind of survive in the jungle, but in the desert, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be so dehydrated. I'm gonna die from having no food and from thirst. But in the jungle, I feel like I could kind of survive. I could make it. There's fruits, there's veggies, there's water. Yeah, there's a lot of other crazy stuff out there, but I feel like my survival odds are a little bit higher for the jungle versus desert.
I picked the jungle for the exact opposite reason. I think that it would be quicker and maybe not less painful.
What would be quicker?
the jungle, your death in the jungle. You're gonna die either way. You out of there either way. If you get stuck and trapped in the jungle, if you get stuck and trapped in the desert. But with the desert, you're gonna be there for 25 days. I think it takes like almost 30 days for us to die from food starvation. So if you're able to find water, but you can't find nothing to eat, there's like 30 days out there. Like it's a very slow, agonizing death. And then in the jungle, you're gonna run up on a mosquito or one of them Venus flytraps, or eat some bad fruit, or get attacked by a cougar, and it's done. It's a wrap. Maybe 3 or 4 days tops, as opposed to like a month out there in the desert sweating to death. So
I guess you can think of it in that way. I guess I was being a little bit more optimistic, thinking about my survival odds, and you're thinking about how, you know, your death could come the quickest. But anyway, that's kind of the point of this, seeing our views. But we both did pick jungle, just thinking about it in a few different ways. But yeah, so what's the next one, which is number 5?
Number 5. Would you rather have your dream job or your true love? 3, 2, 1.
True love. I don't even really have a way to explain that. Do you?
I mean, I just feel like, you could have this fancy job, cars, house, all that, but like if you come back and you're celebrating it alone, it just seems like, you know, you'll just be unfulfilled. I feel like if I was in that situation, I would be unfulfilled with what I was doing if I didn't have anybody to celebrate it with. So.
All right, I agree, for sure. Yeah, so for sure, true love. I'd rather not have the job of my dreams, but have my true love, than to have this job that I adore so much, but have no one to kind of share that with or to celebrate life with. So, true love all the way. Okay, so number 6, right? Yeah, number 6 is, would you rather have more time or more money? Got your answer? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Money. Oh, no, I said that wrong. I swear I did.
No, you just let me influence you.
No, I swear I did not. I didn't. Sometimes I didn't think. No, it's not money. I will give you my answer. I don't know why I said money, but it really is time, because time is like priceless. No, I got confused in my head. But I say time because, like I said, time is priceless. Time you can never get back. So to have more time, that's more time to do whatever. That's even more time to make more money. So I always pick, you know, valuable time over money.
Yeah, for sure. Time is easy one for me.
Yeah, me too. I don't know why I said money. Like, I don't know. I guess because I read.
You make more money to give yourself more time, more freedom.
Right.
Or that should be the goal for.
Right.
I guess you can't. Whatever somebody's goal is, but for us, money equals the freedom and ability to do what you want to do. Time offers that same thing.
Right. So it's like 2 in 1 kind of.
Yeah.
If you go with time. Good.
Number 7.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7. Would you rather win the lottery or live twice as long? 3, 2, 1.
Lottery.
I didn't have an answer.
Oh. Why'd you count down?
I don't know. I thought I had an answer, but then I started thinking about it. I'm gonna say that's a hard one. I don't know how long I'm gonna live, so it's like live twice as long. Like,
but in my mind, I'm saying like, I'm healthy. I'm gonna live till I'm at least 90.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
yeah, I don't know about that.
And it's like, okay, if I pick that and you pick the other thing, like I'm gonna live twice as long as my partner and be alone for a whole other lifetime. Like,
yeah, that is.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were gonna pick the lottery. So I'm gonna pick the lottery.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing. Like we both don't pick the same thing. It's like, oh, you're gonna live an extra 90 years, but I'm not.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna pick the lottery. I'm gonna hit that. What do people win in the lottery? Like 100 million? Like what's the
There's
numbers?
different like brackets or whatever to it. I don't know what it's called, but I know there's different like levels to it. But you know, you don't get like whatever it is. Like if it's 100 million, you may take home maybe half of that after taxes and everything. Which the lottery is just super stressful. Like I like to say that. I mean, I guess if I win, I'd be excited about it, but at the same time, I'm like, I never want to win the lottery, because first off, they put you all in the news, and everybody knows that you won, and then people are coming to you asking for money, and people trying to rob you, and I'd just rather not go through that. I kind of just feel like,
I agree. And no matter what amount of money I want, I don't know that I want to live to 200. So
yeah, I agree. That's why lottery is a better option. But now we're to number 8. So number 8 is, would you rather meet George Washington or the current president? Got your answer? Okay, 3, 2, 1. George Washington.
I don't want to meet neither one of them bastards.
You have to answer
I'm
it.
not answering nothing. I don't want to meet either one of them.
It's a would you rather. You have to pick one.
Donald Trump. I feel like he could make me laugh. He says some crazy things sometimes, so he could probably make me laugh.
Yeah, I say George Washington. I just assume and also, I mean, I don't want to meet George Washington even if I could. But at the same time, it's like, if I could, like, is it going to take me back in time? You know, to kind of experience what life was like then, even though I don't want to experience it. But
I don't think you want to go back there.
Mean, you know,
you won't get back here.
True. Maybe I need to change my answer. I don't know. That's just either way. That's a hard one. But we'll go to the next one.
It's really not that hard. I mean, obviously Donald Trump. So, but I mean, it's not.
But at the same time, I kind of feel like
much.
I wouldn't ever want to meet him for any reason.
It's a would you rather though. Like you said, you gotta pick one of them. All right, who's it, number 9? Would you rather be Batman or Spider-Man? 3, 2, 1. Spider-Man. I feel like Batman don't really have any real power. Like he drive a car, he be sitting in traffic and stuff. Like,
I don't even know what Batman does. That's why I didn't pick Batman. Like, I know what his costume looks like and everything, but I chose Spider-Man because I've actually watched like all of the Spider-Man movies. And what's that guy's name that plays Spider-Man?
Peter Parker.
That's the name of the movie though.
I don't know what his real name is.
Oh, okay. I thought your name was real name. Anyway, yeah, Peter Parker or whatever. Like, I just like his character. He seems, really cool. So I think I could be him, I guess. But like I said, I know nothing about Batman.
Spider-Man seems extremely efficient. Like, you just get through traffic, like, real quick. Just shoot your web to the other side of the city. So
yeah. But there's, pros and cons to everything. I feel like one day you may have an accident and your little web snaps.
When Batman can't even jump high.
Is Spider-Man like
Batman is like
resilient? Like, can he?
Yeah, he's kind of. He's not. I don't know about not die. He's kind of self-healing or something like that.
Okay. Anyway, next one is number 10. Would you rather go to dinner alone or a movie alone? 3, 2, 1. Movie.
Dinner. I went to dinner alone a lot. When I used to work, I'd get off work and then go eat by myself. You always felt like that was weird, but I'll eat by myself in a restaurant. It doesn't really bother me.
I knew you were gonna pick
movie. I don't even want to go to a movie together. I hate going to the movies. So
yeah, I knew you were gonna pick that. Which, I mean, I don't have a problem with going to the movies, but I can't really eat alone. I think I tried that one time, like eating alone, like in an actual restaurant. Years back, I was like on a lunch break, and it was the weirdest thing. Like, I didn't know whether to try and call somebody, trying to I'm talking to somebody, or just scroll Facebook or what. I just felt so awkward and so uncomfortable because I just wasn't used to it, and so that's something that's hard for me to do. So I think I pick movie. At least in the movies, it's dark. You're alone, but you're not alone because movie theaters are typically pretty packed. There's lots of people, and everyone's focused on that one screen. So that's why I pick movie.
I mean, I didn't even know that was the thing. Like, do y'all feel that way? Like, you feel like you can't go in a restaurant and eat by yourself? Because I didn't know that was the thing. It may be more common than what I feel. So I don't know. Let us know how you feel. What is it, number 11? Yeah. Would you rather spend a night in a luxury hotel room or camping surrounded by beautiful scenery? 3, 2, 1. Camping. Yeah, see, it's crazy because like we weren't gonna go camping for our honeymoon, but like we're gonna do like a cabin type deal. Like we're gonna split it in like basically best of both worlds, like the cabin type deal, and then like the
luxury high-rise Airbnb, like that had been the plan. So it's crazy that this is the question because it's essentially both. But if I had to pick one, I think that like camping around the scenery and all that good stuff is probably better.
And my reason why I think that is really just because camping in like a really nice area, I'm just imagining like, okay, there's like pretty waterfalls nearby, like there's a river, there's just, you know, something beautiful that you can only get certain times when you're just doing adventurous things like that. And with a luxury hotel room, like we can go down the street to this really nice bohemian hotel down the road that's super, super nice and classy. Like, huh? I don't know the definition. So question number 12 is, would you rather be an adult, like you're born as an adult and you're an adult your entire life, or you're born as a kid and you are a kid for your entire life? I have my answer. Do you? Okay, so my answer is adult. For sure, hands down, adult. Just because one of the things I actually think about is the movie with Tom Hanks in it called Big. We used to watch that movie all the time. Mom even had it on DVD for us. Basically, if you watch it, you know how it goes is he is a kid. He's like 12, 10, something like that. Anyway, he wants to be an adult so bad. So the next day, he wakes up as a man. He's like 30 years old. His mom kicks him out of the house. She doesn't recognize this 30-year-old man. And he's like trapped, a kid trapped in a man's body, and has to go through the whole lifestyle of being an adult, even though he's a kid. But I would rather have to go, you know, through those stages than to not experience being an adult and being, you know, on my own and being grown. So, adult.
I agree with that. The decision was never really difficult for me. Like, even when I was a kid, I always wanted to have control of my own circumstances and what I wore and where I went and what I did and all that good stuff. So it's like I always wanted to have that freedom or whatever. And then also it's just like, I don't know, it's just something about wanting to go back that never sits right with me. Like I see a lot of people that are like, man, I wish I could be a kid again. But I'm like, why? Like if you feel like your best days were college or high school or middle school or whatever, like then that means you should probably be doing some serious work to make sure that you're happy with your current life now. Like you should be changing some things about your situation to make sure that you're happy in your present, and if you're not, that your future is better. You know what I'm saying? Like that you feel that same way, because I just feel like it's you live an unfulfilled life if you're 35 years old and the thing that excites you the most is to talk about what you did in high school. Like I just feel like that's a sad life to me personally.
I agree. I totally agree with that. Like I know I have friends, or I see like on social media, and people will be like, oh girl, is this the life that you wanted so bad, that you were dreaming about, you know, wanting to be on your own and be an adult so bad when you were a child? Like, yes ma'am, this is it. This is the life that, you know, I have been waiting on. I am living the life of my dreams. So maybe it's just different for certain people if they're not living like that specific lifestyle they thought they would be living, or just whatever the circumstances are. But I was like Montel, that same way of like thinking like when I was a kid, like constantly thinking about the day I was going to turn 18, even though I love my family, I love living with them and everything, but it was just something about being independent and on my own. And I just thought so much that like once I turned 18, everything was going to be different, or once I graduated, everything was going to be different. Did you feel that way?
I don't know. I don't really know what I expected. I just know that I slept for like a week after I graduated. It's just like I didn't know what to do. Like it was nothing to do. I was like, oh, once I graduate, like I'm just gonna go to Magic City, or I'm gonna go somewhere, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Like, and then it was really like I came home and that was it. Cause I didn't do what's it called? What's it? Senior trip? I didn't do a senior trip, so like I just went home and like pretty much just slept like the whole week. And it was like a weird limbo mode.
It was the same way for me, which I mean I did go on a senior trip, but like we graduated on a Friday and we didn't leave for PCB until Monday. So that weekend, like I got a car the night of graduation, and I also couldn't drive anyway, but I got a car. That's a story for another day. Montel actually did teach me how to drive, and we can talk about that in another video. But anyway, I remember the next morning I got out of the house, I wanted to look at the car, and I just thought that things were going to feel a little bit different, but realistically, everything was the same. That was just, you know, something that we thought was going to be a little bit different, but it wasn't. I still had to wait on Montel to pick me up like the usual because I couldn't drive, didn't learn how to drive. Not how to fully drive until like, maybe like 9 months later or something. But anyway, yeah, for sure, adult, for sure.
Number 13. Would you rather go on a cruise with your friends or your spouse?
That should be easy. At least I hope it is. It's easy for me.
3, 2, 1. Spouse.
For
Easy
sure.
decision. We all already do pretty everything we do together anyway. So, and then we really wouldn't have that many friends to show up. I don't know if we have any.
Why?
Maybe.
You don't think so?
No, maybe Aaron and Aurora. I know Aaron watches sometimes.
Yeah,
I don't know
they
about
probably-
I don't know about Aurora. But they would attend if we planned a cruise out, but I don't really see anybody else.
In which, I mean, all of our friends, they either live in different areas. Well, not all of them. Like, actually, a good amount of them live in the same city, right? Kind of.
Yeah, in the same general area.
General area. But anyway, just everyone has so many different things going on in their lives, with work, with kids, just work. So at least we know that at the end of the day we have each other, and we'll always be able to do whatever trips we want to with each other. It's just hard to plan trips with other people. Like, we try it, but they never fall through, and at the end of the day it's typically just us. But maybe one day we'll get that big trip with friends.
We'll see.
So it's
Hopefully
my turn.
we got some plans for this new year, so hopefully
yeah, we're
we
supposed to
got
be-
something out about that soon.
Yeah, we're supposed to be having a cabin style New Year's trip. Is it New Year or New Year's?
I guess
Let us know. I think it's
probably New
I think
Year.
it's a New Year trip.
New Year.
I know a lot of people always get frustrated with that because most people say it wrong, and I'm pretty sure I'm in that like bubble of people that say it wrong. I think it's New Year trip. But anyway, this trip is at the beginning of the year, bringing in the 2021, and it's supposed to be with like a lot of couples that are our friends, and we're supposed to be going to Denver, to Colorado. So hopefully that goes well. Hopefully everyone goes. If they don't, hopefully we'll probably still go. But I mean, I just feel like a big cabin would be boring with just us. But we're hoping that everyone does go, and that's gonna be a fun trip. Be able to vlog it and show you guys. But anyway, what number are we on?
14.
Okay, 14 is, would you rather lose your keys or lose your cell phone? I got my answer. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Cell phone. Really?
Yep.
I really thought he was gonna pick keys, just because his phone like consumes him. It's really attached to it. So I thought that you would have picked
My work
keys.
is attached to myself.
I mean, I understand that, but it's just hard for me to see you without your phone. But I pick keys. I pick cell phone because I'd rather go without that and have my keys, because that means that I have my car. And if I have a car, I can drive. I can drive myself home. I can get here. I can send you a message on the iPad or on the MacBook and be like, hey, I lost my keys, or whatever, to let somebody know.
Yeah, I understand. Keys is obviously an easy decision. Like, if you lose the phone, you can get in the car and then drive to the cell phone store.
Or
get
that.
the phone. So.
But for some reason, in this scenario, in my mind, it's pitch black outside. It's like 2 a.m. in the middle of the night. I don't know why I'm out by myself in the middle of the night, but I've lost my phone, and all I have is my car keys.
Alright, yeah.
But if we're in the middle of the day, that would work.
I get it.
But I don't know, there's not, with these questions, they're really general, so there's not really a backstory to it.
Number 15.
Last question.
Would you rather see your own future or be able to see everyone else's? 3, 2, 1. Everyone
My
else's.
own.
For me, I feel like it's kind of like a twofold answer. It's like seeing my own future is like, okay, if you see your future and it's what you anticipated, then you'll work harder, you'll be happier, like you'll have more to look forward to, like life will be great. But if you looked at your future and it wasn't what you expected, even if it wasn't necessarily bad, if it wasn't what you expected, then you're gonna start to question what you're currently doing in your present. Like, we own our own business, we are fitness coaches, woo woo, whatever, and then like, let's say 8 years from now, I look in the future and I'm in an oil rig in Alaska. Like, what happened? Like, did our business fold? Like, were we homeless? Or like, what's the situation? Like, I just feel like it would cause more questions than answers if you saw something that didn't align with what you were currently doing. And then from seeing other people's perspectives, like, do you want to be walking next to somebody and then they get ready to get in the car and drive off, and like you see something that's like, oh no, don't get in the car. Like, you got to deal with that burden as well. But at the same time, I think I would rather deal with that than deal with my own personal future and happenings, because I just feel like I try to change it too much.
I agree 100% with what Tel is saying, but I still stick, true to my answer of the only knowing my own future. I mean, that's not what I want, but I've had to pick between the two. I'd still pick that, just because that would just be a terrible life if I knew about what was going to happen in everyone else's future. Because the first thing I think about in that situation is, that means I know when someone's death is going to happen. Like, I don't want to be able to know my friends and my family or anybody's last days or any bad things that are going to happen to them. Like, I don't want to have to be able to, have to bear the bad news or anything like that. I'd rather just, suck it up and only know about myself, even though that would be hard too. That would be a miserable life as well. But I feel like maybe I'd be a little bit happier if I only knew about myself versus knowing about everyone else. Even if I didn't know about my future, that's just too stressful, and my anxiety couldn't handle either one. But I would stick with myself.
That makes sense. I mean, I don't think it's a right or wrong answer, because it would be an extremely difficult situation, no matter which one you was in. But I can definitely dig either answer.
Yep. But that is our 15 questions for Would You Rather. This is kind of exciting. It was fun, something different to do, kind of just to see, what Tel's views are, what my views are. And I'm pretty sure that we answered like 11 or 12 out of 15, the same thing, right? Something like that? Yeah, so 11 or let's say 12 out of 15, the same. We answered the same exact way. And that's not shocking, just because we are really compatible. We think the same ways, our mindsets are alike, and so it's not shocking that, we picked the same answers on most of these, right?
I mean, we've pretty much always been that way, even from from day one. It's like we just like independent of each other. It's not like, oh, we're together, so we try to make ourselves think the same way.
As our own person.
Yeah, like when we first knew each other, when we first started talking, it was like, what do you think about this? How do you feel about this? Like, everything was just like the same. Like, oh, I agree. And it's like, oh, well, we obviously see the world and see life through the same lens. So pretty much anything like this, we're pretty much you're gonna be in agreement on most things.
Yeah. So like I said, that wasn't really surprising, but it was still something fun to do. We've never done anything like this, so hopefully we can kind of come up with other little comparison type videos to do like this. But this is really fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And make sure that you take this video and you take these questions, or even pick your own questions and take it to your spouse, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, husband, wife, or family, whoever, and you guys sit down and kind of do your comparisons and see which one you would rather do, because it kind of just brings up different things to discuss, and it's pretty fun.
So make sure that you subscribe, turn notifications on, and so that you don't miss a beat going forward, so that you don't miss the videos that we have coming out for the next couple of days, for the next week, and just moving forward. Definitely want you to be plugged in. And if you didn't answer all 15 of these questions before the end of this video goes through, I want you to rewind all the way back to 00. And I want you to answer every single question, because we want to have this conversation with you guys as well. We want to know what you would rather do in these situations. I think it's just fun to hear people's reasoning. It's fun to hear, it's fun to hear others' opinion on, like, okay, why would you choose this over that? So let's talk. Let's have a conversation about what you guys would do in all 15 of these situations. We'd love to hear it. Like I said, subscribe, turn notifications on so that you don't miss our next video. We are about to smash legs and hit the gym. I hope that you're gonna do the same. Yeah, if you're watching this video and you haven't got your workout in, we had to plug it. If you haven't got your workout in yet, make sure that you get something done, some type of physical activity done before the day is over. Thank y'all for watching. Like I said, subscribe, turn notifications on, and we'll see y'all in a couple days.